episode, and I'll explain why. But continuing in Xbox's corner,
Okay.
Phil Spencer said an interesting statement that I was kind of like, why did he say that? And it was regarding to Halo Infinite. It's not this statement I'm about to say, but you'll see here later in the article.
Yeah.
But it says here for the title of the article, written by Tech Radar, it says here in quote, Halo Infinite isn't a make or break title for the franchise, says Phil Spencer. And it says in the sub mention, Halo will be here 10 years from now. So he continues here and says, head of Xbox Phil Spencer has expressed confidence in Halo Infinite, but says it's not a make or break title in terms of the future of the Xbox franchise. It says here, when asked about how much is riding on Halo Infinite in terms of the future of the franchise during a recent episode of IGN's Unlocked podcast, see, everyone's making fucking articles about this podcast episode. Spencer responded and quote, I don't think about it that way. Like the future of the franchise, I think Halo will be here for 10 years from now. Is Infinite the linchpin on whether it survives that long? Absolutely not. Continues on this year and quote, the game has such a rabid fan base and such a history of lore that it's just an IP that is going to be with us. We don't take that for granted, but I definitely believe in my core that is true. Continue on, says it's not to say that Spencer is apprehensive about Halo Infinite. In fact, he seems confident in its success and that he was happy with the reception that the game's multiplayer received during E3 2021 showcase. He is clearly reluctant, however, to put too much pressure on the team at 343 Industries, adding, I never want to put a team in a position where they feel, hey, this one's got to land, or who knows, end quote. So
that's like what I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It seemed like, he was doing some really good dancing. I feel like to not try to offend, to offend 343, and then also to not freak out the fans. I will say that and it's funny because originally I said, oh, it's not the title of this article that I was concerned with. It actually was. But to say that, to me, when someone says that it's not a make or break title, like it's saying, hey, Halo's going to be here, and if this game sucks, like the series is going to happen. So like I can see how it could be a certain slight. He did clean it up.
Yeah.
And to me, it also shows maybe there's a little worry, of just pure worry. Not that the game is in bad shape, right?
Yeah.
But this is it's funny because he's so good with media, with talking to journalists and everything, and he's so good with talking to media, and his publicist is just like fire. But I feel like this is the only thing that he said where I was like, ooh, that's a tightrope.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. How like Halo's gonna be Halo's gonna be here for years to come, even if this game's bad, and that is, what I mean, and that gets so it's like both yay and nay.
Yeah,
yay, Halo's gonna be here for years. Good news. On the nay side being, well, why would you mention if this game is quote unquote possibly bad?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He didn't say it, but like that's the other half. That's like the other half tone of the sentence.
Absolutely.
It's like yeah, even if this game isn't great, Halo's still gonna be here.
It's like, wait a minute.
I mean, overall, that's good, but let's kind of rewind it back to that first half.